favorite aspect of mines would be my ability to pursue what my passions are. Being fully accepted for that and having other people enthusiastically encouraging you and walking alongside you with your passions is just incredible.
One of my favorite things is that I've been able to find people who are like me, who played sports in high school, did other things in high school, and we've been able to make a lot of cool connections around that, and it made the transition to coming to mines really smooth.
There is no way you can be by yourself at this school. There's always someone just like you with the same exact interest that you can be with.
Mines is very well known for its quality of education, but it really is obvious how passionate they are about what they're teaching, how knowledgeable they are, and you really absorb that as well, and you just get excited about what you're learning.
An Orediggers is somebody that is not afraid to take the challenge. You come to mines to learn. You don't come to mines to expect to know everything.
There is a giant emblem on a Mount Zion right next to campus. As a freshman, it's this really unique rite of passage in that you take a rock from your hometown and climb up with your fellow students in hard hats, singing the school fight song.
I knew the M climb was a big deal. I decided to bring my own rock from Texas. I brought a pink granite rock.
Once you get to the top, you add your rock to the pile, and then as a senior, you're able to go back and then you can take a piece of mines with you when you leave.
You don't get the same rock back, and it's because you're not the same person when you graduate.
It just signifies the accomplishment.
We have the ore cart pull, which is definitely my favorite tradition. It's over engineering days. You take an ore cart and you pull it all the way from Golden to the Capitol in Denver.
E-Days is this really excellent tradition where there are a number of activities that are organized by the school. Some of my favorites include the cardboard boat race. Another thing that I love about E-Days is the fireworks show. My roommate chose to get a minor in explosives, and so she got to help out with the fireworks show, which I thought was really unique.
An Oredigger is a special person. An Oredigger is someone that's going to try really hard, try with excitement, and get to the place they want to be.
Graduation is going to be really bittersweet for me because the faculty and staff here have developed me so much that I don't want to leave because I love them so much and I love the students and I love the community, but I'm also so ready and I feel so prepared to take that next step into industry.
The Silver Diploma is a tradition Mines has where instead of getting the paper diploma, you actually get a silver diploma instead. And it's just so cool to be able to walk away with that. And of course, no one else has it, so when you can put it in your office, they're like, what the heck is that shiny piece of metal? And I'm like, that's my diploma. You can tell that the hard work will pay off in the end and that you are getting a really solid foundation.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the platform party. The platform party is entering from the left side of Lockridge Arena. The processional is led by Dr. P. Craig Taylor, Faculty Distinguished Lecturer, and Dr. Linda Batalora, Faculty Senate Representative. Dr. Taylor is carrying the University Mace, a symbol of knowledge authority dating back to the 13th century. Mines' mace is made of rosewood, brass, bronze, and silver, and weighs 16 pounds. It is topped by Blaster, our beloved school mascot. Dr. Batalora is carrying a replica of the 16th century book, The De Re Metallica, widely considered to be the foundational book on mining and metallurgy. This book represents the body of knowledge shared by Mines faculty and students, and its opening and closing on stage indicate the beginning and ending of today's ceremony. Platform party members include President Paul Johnson, Distinguished Speaker Mr. Jim Payne, Student Speaker Nana Edu, Deans, Department Heads, Vice Presidents, and Emeriti faculty. Colorado School of Mines trustees, including Alumnus and Chairman Tim Jordan, Alumnus and Vice Chairman Tim Haddon, Trustee Admiral Richard Truly, Trustee Stuart Bliss, Alumna and Trustee Patty Starzer, Alumnus and Trustee Charles McNeil, Alumnus and Trustee Jesus Salazar, and Student Trustee Sevi Swift. Continuing the processional are Mines faculty, followed by our bachelor's degree candidates. Today, Colorado School of Mines will confer 239 bachelor's degrees. The flags on stage represent our home countries of our graduates, including Brazil, Burundi, Canada, China, Colombia, Democratic Republic of Congo, India, Indonesia, Iran, Japan, Kazakhstan, Korea, Kuwait, Lebanon, Libya, Mexico, Nepal, the Netherlands, Pakistan, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, Spain, Taiwan, Thailand, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, the United Arab Emirates, Venezuela, and the United States of America. Please remain standing until all of our graduating students have entered the arena. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for our national anthem performed by the Colorado School of Mines Natural Miners. Please remain standing as the Natural Miners will perform the Colorado School of Mines Alma Mater. The Alma Mater opens convocation and begins commencement, marking the transition for Mines students to Mines alumni. You can find the Alma Mater's lyrics on page 22 of your program. Please be seated. Please welcome the 17th President of the Colorado School of Mines, Dr. Paul Johnson.
Thank you. Good morning. On behalf of Colorado School of Mines, I want to welcome everyone here to Lockridge Arena in the heart of our beautiful Mines campus. Today is a very special day. We'll be celebrating the graduation of our newest bachelor's degree recipients. Class of 2017, are you out there? That was a little better than most of them do, but class of 2017, are you awake and out there? All right. A lot of people are here this morning to congratulate you, your families and friends, faculty and staff, alumni and members of the Colorado Mines Board of Trustees. Many made trips from far away, and others who couldn't be here in person are watching you on our live internet feed, waiting to catch a glimpse of you as you walk across the stage. You are all from around the globe, coming from as near as Golden, Colorado, and as far away as Seoul, South Korea. On stage today, we have flags representing all of your home countries. Just a few years ago, early on an August morning, you carried a 10-pound rock up to our beloved M on Mount Zion and came back down, maybe covered in paint. Like the M, you are now a permanent part of Mines history. For 143 years, Mines is focused on producing top scientists and engineers, industry leaders, innovators, and change agents. You will find that your Mines degree instantly commands respect. It communicates a strong work ethic and perseverance, and indicates that you are resilient, a great team player, and that you're ready to tackle anything. It also says something about your ability to go for days without food, exercise, or sleep, but we won't get into that here. Alumni affectionately say that it was tough to get into Mines, but even tougher to get out. Mines students have to rely on each other as well as their friends, co-workers, and family, and faculty and staff for support and encouragement. Because of that, I'd like to give our graduates an opportunity to thank those of you who played critical roles in their successes. So first, will the parents of our graduates please stand? You raised amazing sons and daughters. They are bright, creative, energetic, destined for success, and well, just a little quirky. Looking back, were there early signs that they were destined for mines? Was it a fascination with rock outcrops at age 5? The ability to integrate complex integrals at 6? Or the frequent dismantling, repurposing, or reprogramming of anything mechanical, electronic, or digital in your house? Thank you for supporting and encouraging your sons and daughters to enroll and persist at mines. Next, will the spouses, significant others, and children please stand? You are the ones that put up with the long, odd hours and mood swings common to hyper-caffeinated mine students. You were the persistent force toward graduation and probably reminded your loved ones more than a few times that perpetual student was not an acceptable career choice. So thank you for supporting and motivating our students to graduate. Now will the friends, siblings, other relatives, girlfriends, and boyfriends please stand? You were the distractions. Maybe even the reasons why that 4-year bachelor's degree actually took 5 or 6 or more years. You're probably the ones they were texting to while in class, or perhaps you enticed them to ditch class altogether, hit the trails, head to the slopes, or make the short tour at the brewery a weekly event. Thank you for supporting and distracting our graduates and keeping them grounded and connected to the real world. Alumni donors and other mine supporters, would you please stand? No, we have some here, yep. Our alumni and donors are a passionate group. They like to tell stories from their days at mines. Those frequently involve the recreational use of dynamite, having to wear clothes backward as freshmen, and other rituals that would probably land us in court today. Even though they occasionally grumble that mines has gotten soft since their time here and that we should still give some exams at 2 a.m., they provide generous scholarship support, job and internship opportunities, and career advice for our graduates. So thank you for supporting these graduates and future generations of Orediggers. Now will the amazing faculty and staff of the Colorado School of Mines please stand? You taught, advised, supported, and inspired our graduates. You set the bar high and challenged our graduates to reach it. You were named the top faculty across all U.S. public universities by the Wall Street Journal and are a key reason why Mines has been ranked the #1 school in the U.S. for an engineering degree by USA Today, and that we're consistently in the top 10 universities in the country for the professional success of our graduates. Thank you for all that you've done to prepare our graduates for their careers. Finally, I'd like to give a special shout out to all of our volunteers who've been planning this event for months, who arrived pretty early today to make it happen. So let's give them a round of applause. So in wrapping up this welcome, I'd like to just make a few comments to our graduates. Class of 2017, you've probably already discovered through your job interviews that your transcripts don't really define you. Hey, so what if you took MEB 2 or 3 times? It's how you choose to apply your knowledge, the experiences that you gained outside the classroom, and the impact that you have already and will make on others that will define you as an engineer, scientist, doctor, lawyer, or whatever profession you choose beyond mines. We're pretty optimistic for your futures. You're an amazing group. You've designed hydrokinetic power generation systems, solar-powered water treatment systems for communities in Uganda, an oscillator toothbrush, whitewater parks in Colorado. You've also developed assistive technologies for amputees and people with disabilities. You've built infrastructure and sustainable businesses for communities in Nepal and won conference and national championships in athletics. Your ideas were so good that for more than 1,000 submissions, our Mines Digger Loop team design was one of only 24 selected by Elon Musk's SpaceX company to be tested in their experimental Hyperloop system in California. You are generous with your time and resources and have raised money for literacy and heart-healthy initiatives. You volunteered in the K-12 school system and collectively contributed thousands of volunteer hours in the Golden community. If what you've done at Mines is any inclination, you have the potential to be one of those magical groups of alumni that universities talk about 10 to 20 years after graduation. And you know, because you're so special, we worked with Lucasfilm and Disney to have the opening of the newest Star Wars film, The Last Jedi, coincide with your graduation today. What could be better than graduation at Mines and a Star Wars movie on the same day, right? After today, you're all heading in different directions to jobs in Colorado, Texas, California, Alaska, and Florida, and as far away as New Zealand. And wherever you're going, I want you to know that Mines faculty, staff, leadership, and alumni are proud to call you graduates of Colorado School Mines. I hope that you share and always carry that pride with you wherever you go in life and your career. Congratulations. In the spirit of Star Wars, The Last Jedi, may the Force be with you. Hell of a engineers and Orediggers for life you are. How many presidents have lightsabers? Only at Mines. Now I would like to introduce our student speaker, Nana Adu. Nana is graduating today with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. Any double E's out there? Nana's a little embarrassed by that. Are there any double E's out there? Okay, that's a little better. She's an engaged student leader who held numerous leadership positions during her time at Mines. She was a resident assistant in our living community, the director of administration and vice president of campus affairs for the Alpha Phi sorority, and the director of marketing and public relations for our Society of Women Engineers student section. After graduation, Nana will join Black & Veatch's electrical engineering team in the Denver Tech Center. So please welcome me in joining Nana to the podium.
President Johnson, distinguished faculty, families, friends, and fellow graduates, good morning. Before I begin, I would like to express my gratitude to all those gathered here for our graduation. We thank you for your support, because without you, we would not be here today. I'd also like to thank the faculty and staff for their continuous dedication and support these past 4 years. We're blessed to have received such a tremendous education. I am so humbled to be here before you representing the undergraduate class of 2017. Like many of you, my parents had instilled in me the importance of education at a very young age. With that came a divine interest in engineering, and before I knew it, I found myself here at the Colorado School of Mines. Excited to finally leave the nest and helicopter parents, I didn't realize the true reality of the college lifestyle. Regardless, today, I am experiencing the same mixed, nostalgic feelings of giddiness, excitement, and anxiousness that I felt the first days of college. And fellow classmates, as we're gathered here in celebration of our accomplishments and our next great adventure, I am sure many of you also share these same feelings. And though we're eagerly ready to take that next step, that leap of faith, we cannot ignore the skills and gifts we have been so privileged to have acquired these past 4 years. One of my favorite authors, Randy Pouch, once said, "Experience is what you get when you didn't get what you wanted, and experience is often the most valuable thing you have to offer." These past 4 years have certainly been an experience. I came to Mines with preconceived notions and expectations. I was convinced that if I followed a strict plan, a guide to success, I could easily cruise through the next 4 years. As engineers, we're all very methodical in the way that we think. Making lists, checking things off of those lists, creating color-coded calendars, solving problems in a very structured format. The biggest problem was not my incomplete intro to programming homework, but rather my inexperience in life. There is no guidebook to life, no step-by-step solution manual. Learning to cope and not having a single answer, a definite solution, was the real challenge I encountered. And I'm sure, as some of you already know, and like most engineers, I can be quite stubborn. My stubbornness meant that I never wanted to ask for help. And so, my first semester of college, I found myself not getting what I wanted. I found myself struggling to endure with the swift unpredictabilities of life. The real test was my ability to acclimate to the abrupt and constant changes life had to offer, whether it was dealing with personal failure, loneliness, or the loss of a friend or family member. And so, though we were given the skill set to solve problems critically, the greatest gift I acquired from college were the combined experiences that taught me how to deal with life. For me, there were 3 key lessons that helped me through many adversities. I learned to lean on my family, my friends, my professors when I needed love, support, and encouragement. I realized that on my quest to success, to obtaining this degree, I could not do so without the help of my community. We all share common goals, common ambitions, which are only achievable if we learn to work together and to seek strength through community. Second, I do not have all the answers, and I will never have all the answers, but I have the ability to be curious. We can all continue to expand our knowledge by seeking the unknown. Our growth is proportionally dependent to our curiosity. And the point at which we cease to remain curious, to find those answers, is also at the point at which we become too comfortable. The point at which we can no longer be more or do more. Finally, I learned that failure is inevitable. I have failed, and I will fail many more times throughout my career, but confronting failure will allow us to push beyond our boundaries. For many of us, our strength is rooted from our intelligence and dedication to success. And though we are incredibly resilient, we're not immune to struggle. So admit when it's hard, admit when you're lonely, admit when you need help, but also admit when you have failed. The courage to do so is what defines our strength. As we take that next step, we do it knowing that our education has prepared us to solve any problem, even those we cannot foresee. But the gift of an education also comes with certain responsibilities and obligations. And as we begin to mold and change the world around us as engineers, leading a foundation of positive change, we must reflect on what it means to be an engineer. Being an engineer comes with much responsibility, and I would like to share with you how I eventually realized that significance of our new careers. As I went back home during the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, my mom would ask me to solve numerous problems around the house. Her reason? I was an engineer, and to her, engineers could solve any problem. Now, I'm sure that many of my colleagues also share this experience. Being an engineer is a lot more than solving specific problems only related to our area of expertise, but rather performing acts of service given the knowledge and education that we have received. I have been inspired by many of you throughout my 4 years in college. The hard work and perseverance each day to learn, to achieve, to conquer has driven me to want to be an exceptional engineer. So class of 2017, just like our professors challenged us, I will push you one more time. I challenge you to not just be a good engineer, but to be the best engineer. Be passionate, creative, curious, and optimistic. Strive to grow, adapt, change, and use your newfound knowledge to inspire and serve those around you. As Mines graduates, we have the immense power and privilege to change the world. So before we celebrate, I want to leave you with a final message expressed through the words of Eric Roth. It's never too late or too early to be whoever you want to be. There is no time limit. Stop whenever you want. You can change or stay the same. There are no rules to life. We can make the best or the worst of it. I hope you make the best of it. And I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel things that you have never felt before. I hope you meet people with a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of. If you find that you're not, I hope you have the courage to start all over again. Because the limit of your potential does not exist. Class of 2017, congrats, you did it.
Thank you, Nana. That was great. And you have a pretty large family contingent here today. Over Here's some, where are they? You stand up? Good group there. Yeah, look at that. All right, now it's my great pleasure to introduce our distinguished speaker, Mr. Jim Payne. All right, look at that, wow. Jim, you started early. Jim has had not one, but 4 successful careers in the oil and gas business, specializing in exploration and production. Jim spent the first 22 plus years with Chevron, where his time was split domestically and internationally. After Chevron, he joined Santa Fe Energy for another 20 plus years stint, ultimately becoming CEO and chairman. Then Jim was vice chairman for Devon Energy for a short period before becoming CEO and chairman for Nuevo Energy. After this 3rd or 4th failed attempt at retirement, he helped form Shona Energy, a small South American startup company, as also a CEO and chairman. Shona was later merged with Canacol, and it was at this point that Jim finally found success in retirement. While active in his professional career, Jim served on several industry boards that included Pool Energy, Neighbors, Global Marine, BJ Services, and Baker Hughes. He and his wife Arlene were also active with several charities in Houston, including Spindletop, Palmer Drug Abuse Program, and Theater Under the Stars. Jim is a proud Mines alumnus and also has an MBA and honorary doctorate degree from Golden Gate University in San Francisco. When he graduated from Mines was his degree in geophysics. Any geophysics? All right, Dr. Boyd likes that one. Jim was selected by his department to receive the Cecil H. Green Award. That's given each year to the graduating senior in geophysical engineering who, in the opinion of the Department of Geophysics, has the highest attainment in the combination of scholastic achievement, personality, and integrity. It's a personality, Jim. This is Mines, I don't know. No, just kidding. Jim and his wife Arlene divide their time between Pagosa Springs, Colorado, and Fredericksburg, Texas. They have a son and a daughter, 8 grandchildren, 2 of which are currently attending Mines. How about that? And 9 great-grandchildren. The Paynes have been great friends to Mines, funding several scholarship programs and the founding gift for our new Payne Institute for Energy Resources. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished speaker this morning, Mr. Jim Payne.
Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you for that very interesting introduction. I'd like to thank you, President Johnson, and Board of Trustees, and all the Mines alumni family here today. It's my pleasure to give this speech. It's something I appreciate very much. My family and I have enjoyed Mines, and it's done a lot for us over the years. I'd like to start by recognizing a group that quite often is not recognized, but one which President Johnson did a very good job of today, and that is the family and friends of those that are graduating here today. Too often we forget all the good things they've done that have helped students get to that final line of graduation. But most of all, today belongs to those who are graduating. You are the ones that did the studying. You're the ones that sweated the tests. You're the ones that got to the finish line. So I'd like to start by my congratulations to you for this day. The main theme I'd like to, oh, there goes that Darth Vader. Okay. The main theme I'd like to talk about today is predictability and quite often the lack of it. I was where you are today many, many years ago, as you can gather from my introduction. It was in May. For my wife and I were there. We had children. Her parents were there. My parents were there, along with their family. And I can assure you one thing as a sidelight, those parents were happier to see us graduate than we were. So, in recognition of the importance of the day, my wife had gone out and bought a new spring dress to wear for the graduation. It was yellow. I can remember the color to this day. Very, very attractive, very chic. So, and it was fairly expensive for us at that time. So what happened? Well, the day before graduation, Golden had one of those spring snowstorms. It snowed 10 to 12 inches. Arlene got to wear a big winter coat over her yellow dress, and to this day, she never got to show it off at graduation. So, just like Arlene with her yellow dress, as you move to the future, you'll find many of your expectations will end up significantly different than you think they are today. My professional experience, as well as my personal experience, and as well as observing my classmates and interacting with alumni from mines throughout the business life, is that what you're going to find your biggest change is going to come in is in your career path. In my case, I graduated from geophysics. My big dream was to go back to graduate school, get a PhD, and become a research scientist. Going to go, when I graduated, save my money and reach my dream. Well, I did a terrible job of saving money, so it didn't work out very well. But as luck would have it, an opportunity arose wherein I could go back and get my PhD. And that was 4 years after I'd graduated. But you know what? By then my ideas had changed. And I wanted to go a different route. So some of the best advice I can give you in your career path is to remain flexible, because it will change with time many, many times. Okay, on the flip side of predictability, I believe you can be very sure that your opportunities are going to be extensive. You'll see even bigger and more complex projects than the graduates who have come before you. And that is a prediction that, again, can be made with a high degree of certainty. To demonstrate my point, I picked out two subjects. One of them is in the field of Transcontinental Trucking. You know, the combustion engine has powered this country for 100 years, done a good job. But we have an engine now that is run with natural gas. It is much less expensive, much more efficient, and certainly environmentally more friendly. If you're going to move items from point A to point B and back and forth, that is the sweet spot of the natural gas engine. And right now, probably 80% of intercontinental trucking is that type of thing. The combustion engine has been very successful. But having said that, as you look at the mining industry, you're starting to find more and more mining projects that go from A to B and back from B to A that are being done with the natural gas engine. And that I think it's only going to be a matter of time before you see it take place in your careers. And who better to design the engines, who better to put together a complex logistics program, who better to find the gas and develop the reserves to power those engines than people like yourselves with the degrees that you've received here from the Colorado School of Mines. Another example, or the second example, and this is, I picked two of many, but this has to do with water. Water is going to be the great challenge, or one of the great challenges that you as graduates are going to face throughout your career. We have solved the problem by building dams, by building reservoirs, by drilling deeper and deeper wells into aquifers. But that game is about over. There just aren't that many opportunities left for society to get the water they're going to need in the conventional system. What you're going to find, I believe, is huge desalinization programs using solar energy next to the ocean, complex transportation systems that will move that water into the interior, and the need to pick the right places to do it and have the right kind of water management to make sure it pays off. And again, I would make the argument, who better to do a thing like that than the people like yourselves that are graduating here today. I'm going to end with a little bit of a philosophical note. We often hear the parable about life's trip, that it's the journey that's important, not necessarily the destination. Well, I happen to be of the belief that both are very important. And then getting back to the predictions, the prediction that I would make as I leave you here today is that you are about to embark on a journey that will be an exciting trip, one which you are well suited to reach a destination that you will be able to look back on and be very proud of at the end of your career. So with that, I'd like to congratulate the class one more time for graduation and wish you all the very best of luck. Thank you very much.
Jim didn't mention this, but you know, the internet, Jim, records everything you've ever said in your life. I was doing some research on Jim, and apparently you'd given an interview once, and it's okay, don't be worried. But it was asking Jim sort of why he chose the major that he chose when he came to school here, and the quote was, when James L. Payne entered Colorado School of Mines in, I won't say the year, on a full scholarship, early on he saw a photo of a geophysicist with a good suntan. He decided then and there that looked like a good life to him. So there you go. Anyway, let's thank Jim once again. Hey, each year a number of our faculty retire, and it's a really big deal for them to be recognized as emeriti faculty in front of students at a graduation ceremony. So at this point in time, we're going to recognize a few folks who have retired this year, and to do that, I'd like to ask Provost Tom Boyd to come to the podium.
Our faculty play the most important role in our students' education, so we like to honor them at commencement upon their retirement. Today we are joined by two retiring faculty who have been awarded emeritus status by the Mines Board of Trustees, Dr. Nigel Middleton and Dr. Karl Mitchum. Would you two please join me at the podium? Dr. Nigel Middleton retired as Senior Vice President for Strategic Enterprises. During his 27 years at Mines, Dr. Middleton has served in a variety of faculty and administrative roles. As an electrical engineering faculty member, he was instrumental in developing what remains a core required undergraduate course called Information Science, which at the time was novel and forward-looking. As Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Middleton led a campus-wide effort to revise our undergraduate core curriculum. Significant components of this revised curriculum are still fundamental to the Mines educational experience. He also played a key role in the transformational award establishing the Petroleum Institute. Dr. Middleton, I'm pleased to confer upon you the title of Emeritus Professor. Congratulations. Unfortunately, Dr. Mitchum was not able to join us today. His award will be granted in absentia. Oh, okay. Yes. Thank you for all you have done for your service, Nigel, and congratulations on receiving your emeritus status.
All right, this time I'd like to invite Tom Jordan, President, Chief Executive Officer of Cimarex Energy and Chairman of Colorado School of Mines Board of Trustees to the podium. Tom.
Thank you, President Johnson. Today's ceremony marks the last official function for Trustee Stuart Bliss, and we'd like to recognize him and thank him for his dedicated and long service to the Colorado School of Mines. Stuart, will you please join me at the podium? Throughout his career, Stuart has exemplified the character we hope that all Mines graduates will emulate. Stuart started his academic career at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which at the board we refer to as the Colorado School of Mines of the East. An accomplished engineer and business executive, Stuart has devoted much of his life to serving and improving his community. As Chief of Staff to Governor Roy Romer, and I want to just pause for the graduates, there's a historical part of Stuart's life that goes rarely mentioned. When newly Democratic Governor Roy Romer of Colorado needed a Chief of Staff, he reached out to then Republican Stuart Bliss to invite him to be his Chief of Staff, something that doesn't happen today. Secondly, also rarely happens today amongst you graduates, he used an almost arcane and outmoded device called the telephone and actually had voice inflection and communication. So it was a remarkable moment of service. Stuart focused on improving economic development in Colorado. Before joining the Mines Board in 2010, Stuart served as the state of Colorado as a board member of the Judicial Discipline Commission, a board member of Colorado State University, and the corporate entity that facilitated the financing and construction of the History Colorado Center and the Ralph L. Carr Justice Complex. Stuart's legacy and impact at Mines will continue long after his departure from the board. Through the generosity of friends and colleagues who wish to honor Stuart and his wife Shirley, Colorado School of Mines established the Bliss Endowed Scholarship Fund, which helps first-generation students achieve their dream of graduating from Mines. It's a testament to Stuart's integrity, generosity, and dedication to education that a first-generation scholarship was how he chose to be remembered. It's my great privilege to salute Stuart for his exemplary service to the Colorado School of Mines and the Board of Trustees and present to him today a silver certificate and an M from the Foundry created by students.
All right, this point of the ceremony, we recognize our cadets who are going to be commissioned today. Some of you know Mines was one of the first 4 colleges in the U.S. to establish a Reserve Officers Training Corps, or ROTC program. Our first graduating class was commissioned in 1921, and our history of graduating exceptional students into military leadership positions continues today. I would like to invite Captain Louisa Paulette of the United States Army to introduce our graduates who have earned commissions in the United States Air Force and United States Army during the course of their studies. Please join me in welcoming Captain Paulette to the podium.
Good morning. It is both an honor and a privilege for me to recognize today's ROTC graduates and share in this truly wonderful occasion. Colorado School of Mines has graduated over 2,000 commissioned officers since the inception of the ROTC program in the early 1900s. Today, we express our gratitude to this exceptionally professional students as they have chosen a path to serve the nation as officers in our military. Later today, 6 Colorado School of Mines graduates will take their oath. This is the first step into becoming second lieutenants. They will be commissioned into the United States Army. I wish to extend our sincere appreciation to the cadets' parents and family for the support and encouragement you have provided your student while they study at Colorado School of Mines. We sincerely thank the faculty and staff of Colorado School of Mines for the mentorship and guidance you provided as these students pursued a commission while earning their bachelor degree in computer science, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. Cadets, as I announce your name, please stand and remain standing until I have announced all names. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please hold your applause until all cadets have been introduced. Cadet Tyler Z. Brown, computer science, will enter the aviation unit of the Colorado National Guard. Cadet Zachary Doom, electrical engineering, has applied for a position with the Colorado National Guard. Cadet John Cater, mechanical engineering with a minor in humanities, has branch engineer with the Colorado Army Reserves. Cadet Cater has also accepted a position with Sierra Nevada, working on the Dream Chaser space plane cargo system. Cadet Emily Curanta, mechanical engineering, will enter the Medical Service Corps with the Army Reserves in Wichita, Kansas. Cadet Christine Smith, mechanical engineering. Christine will join the Military Intelligence Unit of the Colorado National Guard. Cadet Eric Trineri, mechanical engineering, will enter the Colorado National Guard as an aviation officer. I have to say, I am very proud of you, and congratulations, and best wishes to each of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Paulette. Well, we've finally reached that point in our ceremony that you really came here for, the point where our graduates being recognized individually for their great accomplishments. As they cross the stage, they'll be greeted by their department head, college dean, and provost. You'll be seeing them on the big screens, and in case there's any questions, while the graduates are supposed to maintain some air of formality, the audience is invited to be loud and creative in their expressions of congratulations. As the first graduates begin lining up, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge those students who are graduating with academic distinctions and honors. They are the ones with asterisks after their names in the programs and who are wearing honor cords. Would all of you who are graduating with academic distinction please stand and be recognized by your peers and families? Our tradition is to present degree recipients beginning with the major that was established first at Mines and to end with the outstanding graduating senior awardees from each degree program. Today we're deviating from that to award posthumous degrees to two very memorable students. They obviously can't be here with us in person, but I like to believe that they are here with us today in spirit and in our hearts and would like us to recognize them as we would any other Mines graduate, with their families standing in for them today. And I'd like to ask, Tom, would you mind coming up as well from the board, and Provost Boyd, the two Toms. So the first student we're going to recognize is Chad Young. Chad was a senior studying mechanical engineering. He was an excellent student and also a very promising cyclist. He took this past spring semester off to train and compete with the Axion Hagens-Berman professional cycling team. Chad passed away on April 28, 2017 from injuries he suffered in a stage race in New Mexico. He was a beloved member of the Mines and cycling communities. Friends, family, fellow Orediggers and cyclists remember Chad as selfless and thoughtful, always putting others' needs before his and carrying himself with the utmost discipline, dignity, and grace. He was, by all measures, an exemplar Oredigger. At our commencement ceremony in May, the Mines Board of Trustees posthumously awarded Chad's Bachelor of Science degree in mechanical engineering. There he was represented at graduation by his close classmates. Today we once again recognize him, take this opportunity to award his diploma to his family. Accepting Chad's diploma are his parents, Lois and Kevin Young, who are out here from New Hampshire. I'd like to mention that Chad's mother, father, and brother, Lois, Kevin, and Evan, have established a foundation in Chad's name. The foundation will fund developments leading to the prevention of traumatic brain injury in all types of cycling, compassionate hospital care, and merit-based scholarships at two of the schools he attended, St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Dover, New Hampshire, and the Colorado School of Mines in Golden, Colorado. So please join me in welcoming the Youngs, and let's congratulate Chad. Second student we're recognizing is Francis Manu. Francis was a senior studying petroleum engineering and passed away while with classmates at his field session this past June. He's remembered by his professors and classmates with fondness for his tremendous work ethic and strong desire to learn. Friends and family describe him as a shining light in the world and someone who could put a smile on anyone's face. He was a beloved member of the mines community and known to all in petroleum engineering. He was filled with perseverance, creativity, and an abundance of optimism that uplifted everyone around him. You could tell how much Francis meant to people by how our community gathered together to help his family after his passing. He was another exemplar Oredigger that will not be forgotten. Upon recommendation of the faculty and approval of the Board of Trustees, today Colorado School of Mines awards Francis his Bachelor of Science in Petroleum Engineering degree posthumously, allowing Francis to join his friends as a member of the class of 2017. His degree is presented today to his family, who are here from Atlanta. His two sisters are here, Patience Manu and Alice Davis. So please join me in welcoming them and congratulating Francis on achieving this degree. Thank you so much for both families for being here with us today. This means a lot to the classmates of both Francis and Chad. Now we'll continue with our graduates from mining engineering.
From the College of Earth Resource Sciences and Engineering, Dr. Ramona M. Graves, Dean in Mining Engineering, Dr. Priscilla P. Nelson, Department Head. Samuel Egelha. Ezra Grossinger. Erica Nikowski. Benjamin Untumba. In Geology and Geological Engineering, Dr. M. Stephen Enders, Department Head. Abdulaziz Aldasari. Tyler Zizina. Michelle Frankie. Emily Giddens. Jesse Regal. Zachary Ziegler. In Petroleum Engineering, Dr. Erdal Ozkan, Department Head. Chiney Ade. Yeldis Armanov. Krista Bedetse. Roberto Betancourt. Ryan Choey. Derek Clark. Maximilian David. Jacob Engman. Nicholas Garland. Mohammed Jamil. Joseph Kenrick. Justin Kill. Matthew King. Clayton Lauderdale. Anthony Lillo. Se-Wong Na. Samuel Pauling. Lan Pham. Ross Phillip. Connolly Reed. Logan Saluski. Drew Stephan. Seth Sudam. Chance Tanner. Max Toctoro. Anthony Valerio. Eric Veach. Thomas Yates. In geophysics, Dr. John Bradford, Department Head. Benjamin Faderspiel. Victoria Fisher. James Jordan. David Klausmeyer. Skylar Newmeyer. Max Pace. Dana Sirota. In economics and business, Dr. Roderick G. Agert, Division Director. Kimberly Seago. From the College of Applied Science and Engineering, Dr. Michael J. Kaufman, Dean. In the George S. Ansel Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, Dr. Angus A. Rocket, Department Head. Anna Banks. Ian Brummel. Michelle Huffman. Brian Medbury. Tarane Samadi. Paige Stock. Grace Weber. Dean Wenger. In Chemical and Biological Engineering, Dr. Jennifer Wilcox, Department Head, presented by Jason Ganley. Oliver Liebig. Joseph McChesney. Joseph Murray. Benjamin Schneiderman. Jacob Schutte. Ryan Courtney. Holly Wyan. In Chemistry, Dr. Thomas Jeanette, Department Head. Grace Gamba. Jamie Caswell Hagan. Rachel Hernandez. David Knittel. Armando Lopez. Maylee Pagenkop. In Physics, Dr. Jeff Squire, Department Head. Michael Colucci. Zachary Chakowski. Brandon Green. From the College of Engineering and Computational Sciences, Dr. Kevin L. Moore, Dean. In Applied Mathematics and Statistics, Dr. Gregory E. Fosshauer, Department Head. Carly Best. Scott Hill. Hunter Johnson. In Civil and Environmental Engineering, Dr. John E. McRae, Department Head. Chima Agay. Mustafa Agragan. Jordan Brothers. Molly Epstein. Heidi Franopfel. Guadalupe Garza. Ryan Gimbel. Thomas Ladd. Adele McKenna. Arthur Richard. Jared Roberts. Nico Sandoval. Jake Sawaya. Sid Sloka. Esteban Trujillo. Zachary Wanders. Xiaojian Lu. Emily Lopez. Kayla White. In Computer Science, Dr. Tracy K. Camp, Department Head. Catherine Butel. Christopher Bonin. Tyler Brown. Jesse Hallbach. Daniel Herman. Reese Hughes. Shamal Kassar. Nicholas Lance. Kevin Pham. Vanessa Ramos Rivera. Sergio Rodriguez. Jack Rosenthal. Jacob Thompson. Michael Villafuerte. Juan. Nia Watts. Joseph Wilson. Stephen Yoshihara. In Electrical Engineering, Dr. Atef Z. El-Sherbeni, Department Head. Nana Adu. Andrea Benefield. Nicholas Brosek. Jeremy Che. Zachary Doon. Vaughn Erickson. Duncan Flint. Austin Ganger. J.D. Lewis Griffith. Kevin Hayes. Jacob Howard. Baron Keith. Matthew Mishler. Michael Sonnabend. Andrew Torkelson. Kyle Whittle. In Mechanical Engineering, Dr. John Berger, Department Head. Cole Alexander. Matthew Anderson. Evan Anderson. Nicholas Atarian. Bill Bellis. Cameron Benetham. Martin Bergstrand Reyersgaard. Aaron Bilick. Logan Bach. Christopher Britschke. Chad Brockman. Sabra Cook. Arthur Cooper. William Cullum. Christopher DeAngelis. Eric Deutsch. Ashlyn Ida Miller. Michael Ennis. Conrad Evans. Kyle Gandy. Jesse Geddard. Nathan Gherkins. Marcus Harper. Marcos Hernandez Rodriguez. Caitlin Kaltenbaugh. John Carger. John Cater. Rachel Keatley. Michael Kelso. Nicholas Kincaid. Francis James Knaufel. Anthony LaRiva. Matthew Lewis. William Marquis. Annabelle Marufo. Chad McFarland. Haley McManus. Elvis Molina. Benjamin Moser. Cesar Navejas Garcia. Brooke Nezaticki. Edwin Nicholas. Duncan Oliver. Christopher Olson. Rick Peterson. Emily Quaranta. Chris Ransom. Trevor Reed. Constantine Rabine. Connery Reed. Aaron Richner. Hayden Rutherford. Alexandra Sauer. Elise Schrader. Daniel Shackelford. Kristen Smith. Nolan Sneed. Stephen Stella. Ilman Sergani. Eric Trinari. Stephen Blagic. Brian Vogel. Robert Waite. Jonathan Webb. Joshua Wisda. Adam Young.
Okay, this next group, as if getting 1 degree from Mines isn't tough enough. This is the group that earned double degrees while they're here at Mines. So we put them as a special part in the program here. So here we go.
Dionisi Damaskopoulos. Matthew French. Chelsea Gibas. Brian Klein. Ryan Kubistek. Brock Morrison. Timothy Walker.
No, actually, you have to keep standing for a minute. All right, so this next group, which will be the last group to cross the stage, are the outstanding graduating seniors from each of the degree programs. So they were chosen by the faculty and programs, the outstanding graduates. The first one I'll just mention is also a double degree recipient, if I've got it correct. Now at this point in the program, so you've had a chance to warm up a little bit, but we always have a little contest up here as to which degree recipients cheer the loudest for the outstanding graduate from their program. We also do all sorts of other little things while you're crossing the stage, like we decided the mechanical engineers came across with the most confident walk today. I think the petroleum engineers had the strongest grip. Yep. Well, we've got some other ones, but we'll work on it. But anyway, not to distract from why we're really here, which is to really, let's congratulate these amazing students for being selected the outstanding graduates. They're going to come across, we're going to shake their hands, then they're going to stand here all as a group for a nice photo and award. And Tom, would you like to come on up and help us? And Jim, as our distinguished speaker, would you help congratulate them too? Okay.
Ryan Hunt. Aspen Anderson. Rachel English. Quentin Guile. Ryan Given. Julia Hahn. Tiffany Kalin. Colin Kinder. Christopher Overly. Thomas Tarsha.
All right, how about one big round of applause for this special group? Yeah, they're going to take a picture. After conferring, I think we decided cheering normalized to number of graduates today in the program. No, Tom, geophysics did not win. He's biased. But I actually think this one, the materials and metallurgy folks. Normalized, so. Oh, Tom, you got to stand back up again. I need both Toms. So we've got one last piece of business, otherwise your degrees aren't official. So for that I need the help of the two Toms, Provost Tom Boyd and Colorado School Mines Board of Trustees Chairman Tom Jordan. And we've got some little official language we have to go through or else that doesn't count. Yeah, okay, so Dr. Boyd.
Candidates for the bachelor's degrees, please rise. Mr. President, with the approval of the faculty, I recommend that the Bachelor of Science degree be conferred upon these candidates. The candidates who are unable to be present today will be awarded their degrees in absentia. Their names appear in the program.
Good job, Tom. Thank you, Provost Boyd. Chairman Jordan, I present to the Board of Trustees these candidates. Each has been recommended by the amazing faculty to receive his or her degree. I concur with the faculty, and it is my honor to present these candidates for your acceptance.
Thank you, President Johnson, and I'll ask the board, please stand. Let's do this together. Mr. President, by action of the Board of Trustees of the Colorado School of Mines, taken on December 8, 2017, I direct you to award these candidates the degrees to which they have earned. So congratulations, graduates.
But wait, there's more. We're almost done with the official language, but not quite. So, I was going to try to do this next part in Yoda speak, but I just couldn't. I couldn't figure it out. And I wasn't sure if it'd make it unofficial or not, so didn't mess with the words. But, upon recommendation of the faculty and by authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree of Bachelor of Science in the designated curriculum with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. On behalf of Colorado School of Mines, I congratulate you on this outstanding accomplishment. And you can now move your tassel from the right to the left if you haven't already done so. All right. Okay, we have just a couple pieces of business left, so go ahead and sit down again. I promise it'll be quick. But to welcome our newest graduates to the Mines alumni community, I would like to invite trustee, Mr. Jesus Salazar from the class of 2002 to the podium.
So welcome, my fellow alumni. How do you like the sound of that? Yeah. So today you leave Mines as the beneficiaries of a world-class education. And as you'll learn, it's something that will prepare you very well for whatever comes next in your life. You graduated from one of the most rigorous engineering and science universities in the world. And I hope you take as much pride and joy in that accomplishment as I did when I graduated. Because your Mines graduation, it's not just going to give you the means to solve problems, but also to innovate and chart the unknown. You know, you came here from every point in the globe to learn and to build and to create. You came here on a common purpose, which gives me great hope for our global future. Yesterday, you were students of the Colorado School of Mines. Today, you become members of a very loyal and a very valuable group called the Colorado School of Mines Alumni. And I want you to know that as you embark in your careers, no matter where you go, you're going to find around the globe that there are people like you that are also fellow alumni that know what you're made of. They're going to understand your work ethic, your passion for solving complex problems, your passion for engineering and science, and your willingness to step into the unknown and just figure things out. So with that, congratulations and welcome. I hope that you and your families will join us in celebrating your new alumni status in the Grand Ballroom of the Student Center. Thank you and welcome again.
Okay, last couple pieces of business. So every ceremony we invite students to decorate their mortar boards, and by some very unscientific method, I have no idea how they do it, we choose 2 mortar board decorating winners that they feel show the best mind spirit. And I get them texted to me, so let me check. Let's see. Okay. I got a reminder to also give you, Stuart, the bag that's over here, but that had nothing to do with the mortar boards. But anyway, 2 students, if you could stand, Emily Lopez and Eric Trineri. All right. So they'll have some swag for you at the alumni booth at the reception in the Student Center ballrooms following the ceremony. Got some cool mind stuff for you. Now there always is a president has an opportunity to add sort of a name to this group if I get impressed by something walking across the stage. And so sometimes I hand out a Blaster Award. This is the Blaster Award, and because I make it up along the way. And this one goes to I can't remember the name, but it's, I believe, a double degree award winner who's got the where are we? Best use of technology in a graduation cap. All right. Okay. So now this is the grand finale, the big wrap up here. This is full audience participation time. So we're going to need all of your involvement in this, and I'll explain how it's going to work. But first, we're going to need our varsity athletes to come up and stand up here in front of the stage. All of you got those nice blue and silver cords. Come on up. This is just another amazing group. I have the highest respect for anyone who can make their way through mines and compete at the high level that all of our athletes compete at. Our teams do amazing, lots of championships. In the group today, between the 2 ceremonies, we have 24 student athletes graduating. 22 of them have been members of RMAC championship winning teams. 22 have competed in the NCAA championships, either as team or individuals. And there are 2 academic All-Americans here. Ben, where are you? Ben, raise your hand. Ben's an academic All-American both in cross-country and track. And that's amazing, as well as member of a NCAA cross-country national championship team. So amazing athletes. They came to me a couple years ago and asked if they could have a special designation, which are those nice blue and silver cords, and we agreed because of all that they do for mines and how hard they work here. And the catch was, forever into perpetuity, they would have to help us with the fight song at the end of graduation ceremonies. Which is good because this is the group that knows the fight song better than anybody else in the university, because they all pretty much do it. Now, we have to calibrate across the group, so it can't be football speed today. The football players know what that means, but they can do the fight song in about 10 seconds. So we'll have to do more like basketball, volleyball speed, I think. So if you get that going. So the way this is going to work is the athletes are going to lead us in the fight song. When we get going, we're all going to stand up for this. When that ends, everyone in the audience has one last chance to give our graduates another round of applause as they embark on their adventures in lifetime. Now, those of you in the stands, I could tell when the students were crossing the stage, a few of you figured it out, but not all of you. It works really well if you like stomp your feet. Can you practice that? Yeah. I think you got it figured out. So you're responsible for providing the bass response to the cheer here, okay? And we want to be as loud and celebratory as we can, because Dr. Badalora, where'd Dr. Badalora go? So why don't you come on up and assume your spot in the ceremony here. So you may not have caught it when she came in, but she brought in this ancient book, the De Re Metallica, which is the first ever book from millions of years ago on mining. And when she opened it, that was the signal of the start of the ceremony. So when she closes it, that's the signal that the ceremony is over. Processional music will start to play, the platform party will go off, but she has to be satisfied that we're sending our graduates off with enough cheering. I should warn you that Linda is a triple degree recipient from Mines and a lawyer. So she has incredibly high standards for everything that we do, and she's going to hold you to that, I think. Okay? So just to go over it real quickly, we will ask the athletes to kick us off in the fight song. We'll all be standing. At the end of it, lots of cheering. Linda makes a decision when it's time to go. When she closes the book, there'll be a recessional song. It was chosen from input by the students today, and I'll see if you recognize it. At that point, the platform party is going to head off this way, and I ask everyone just to stay still until the platform party gets out the door, partly because they want a head start for the food and the reception, but also because if we don't, I lose a couple of them, and I need them all for a ceremony this afternoon. So let them get out the doors, and once that's done, feel free to meet up with family and friends, and please join us over in the grand ballrooms for a reception in the honor of our graduates. And I think I covered everything I have to cover, so why don't we all stand?